Oh my goodness, what happened there?
Baseball players are sick and tired of umpires, and so are the fans. There are literally trends on social media where fans pretend they can call balls and strikes better than the ump from incredibly far away.
That was a strike! How do you miss that?
Thankfully, the MLB has finally listened, and for the first time in history in 2026, umpires will be replaced by robots. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but first let me tell you about Bryce Harper. He must be ecstatic that umps are being replaced by robots. He absolutely hates umpires, and he's not afraid to tell them when they're wrong. Freak you! He said freak. Trust me. Bryce has been ejected from games 21 times in his career, and as of 2025, that is the most of any player ever. But it's not just Bryce who has a bone to pick with umps. I think it's safe to say we all hate umpires.
You have got to be kidding me!
One time in a playoff game in 2018, an umpire missed call after call after call after call. They all went under review and they all got overturned. How embarrassing. It sure ain't the first time this umpire's been embarrassed. Meet Angel Hernandez, the worst umpire in baseball history. He's been bad since 1991. That's right, for the past 35 years, Angel Hernandez has built himself a reputation for having the worst and most random strike zone on top of blowing countless calls. And everybody knows he's bad at his job. I honestly think even Angel Hernandez knows Angel Hernandez is bad at being an umpire. In 2001 at a Cubs game, the guy who was singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" said over the microphone to the whole stadium,
Hey, don't worry, I'll have some speaks with that home plate umpire after the game. Ooh.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez sucks. He once tried to sue the MLB because they wouldn't let him umpire a World Series game, citing racial discrimination because of his Cuban heritage. No, Angel, you just suck at being an umpire, and we don't want you blowing calls in the World Series. A lot of umpires love to throw superstar players out of ball games just because their feelings got hurt. Like when Dan Iasonia threw Russell Martin out of a game for something Russell claims he didn't even say. Or when AJ Burnett said to the umpire, "Come on, man, that's the second one." And the umpire pops out of his squat, runs around the batter, and goes, "You're out of here!" What? Fans pay hundreds of dollars to come watch these players play baseball, and you throw them out for that? Even that's not as crazy as when JT Realmuto held out his glove to get a baseball from the ump, and he didn't get it. And he lowered his glove down, and the umpire threw him out of the game. I mean, what are we doing? Not to mention, this was a spring training game, and it didn't even matter. JT Realmuto just walked back to the clubhouse, smiling and laughing. You thought that was crazy? How about the time when Aaron Boone got ejected for saying nothing? Take a listen in.
Got anything else to say? You're gone. Okay?
Oh, okay, Hunter.
Well, you know what? We're not going to need a John Boy breakdown of that one. We got a very clear,
Aaron,
well, there you go. And now Aaron's saying I didn't say anything.
I did not say a word.
It was the fan in the blue shirt behind Aaron Boone who said something to the ump, and the umpire decided to instead throw the manager of the New York Yankees out of the game.
That's a terrible job by Hunter Wendelstedt, kicking Aaron Boone out when nothing was said after that warning.
I don't know about you, but I'd say umpires need a software update. It's literally insane that Major League Baseball still lets ancient elderly men call balls and strikes in modern day baseball. Kind of like how it's insane that 99% of my viewers are not subscribed to the Hot Corner. What are we doing, guys? It's free. If you're still watching to this point in the video, you must be enjoying what you're seeing. Go ahead and click it and turn on notifications. Come on. I'd say it's pretty obvious the whole idea of umpires calling balls and strikes in the Big 2-5 is pretty stupid, considering it's now rare for umpires to not miss at least a couple calls per game. I'll cut them a little bit of slack though. Modern day pitchers can throw over 100 miles per hour with ridiculous movement. Just imagine squatting behind the plate and trying to call several hundred of these correctly per night. It's not easy. I'll give them that. Which is why in 2026, the MLB is bringing robots to baseball. Yes, you heard that right. You've seen ChatGPT, robots that bring you your food, and goofy-looking self-flushing toilets in Japan. Now meet MLB's ABS system. ABS meaning automatic ball and strike system. If you haven't heard anything about it yet, here's how it works. Umpires will still call balls and strikes like normal, but finally they will be held accountable for mistakes. If a batter or a pitcher thinks a pitch the umpire called was incorrect, they can tap the top of their head immediately to signal that they want to challenge it. The pitch will then be displayed on the Jumbotron for the entire stadium to see, and within a few seconds, the call will either be confirmed or reversed. And as you could expect, umpires have even gotten a little touchy about this.
Good breaking ball, just misses. Brett Sullivan going to challenge.
The ball call. The call is surprisingly correct. 3.
However, teams will only get 2 challenges per game next year, and if you get one wrong, you lose your challenge. Which means players will have to use their challenges sparingly, or just save them all together. There's some strategy that goes into this too, like the idea that teams may only want to let their best hitters challenge, and not their, say, number 8 or number 9 hitters. Or if there's a close pitch in the first or second inning, you may want to just hold on to your challenge until a higher leverage spot in the game. The MLB has been testing this system in the minor leagues for a couple of years, allowing players to challenge umpires' calls, and they even implemented it into spring training this past season. You might imagine, though, that a change this big would bring some problems along with it. It did. During the regular season this past year, Taylor Walls took a first pitch strike, apparently. He stepped out of the box, and while he was adjusting his helmet, he did the helmet tapping thing, signaling that he did not think the pitch was a strike. The umpire took this as him showing him up for the call and threw him out of the game. Yet another ridiculously soft moment by an umpire who thinks the game is all about him. Taylor Walls screamed in the umpire's face, absolutely furious, and even had to be held back from coming back for more. And honestly, rightfully so, oh my gosh. But at least in 2026, Taylor would be able to legally challenge this call and get it reversed. Yet another moment where the outcome would have been drastically different with robot umpires was when Yoshinobu Yamamoto was cruising through an inning, absolutely dominating every guy. The first guy struck out on 3 pitches, the second guy struck out on 3 pitches, and the third guy was down 0-2. Yamamoto was just 1 pitch away from throwing an immaculate inning, one of the rarest feats in baseball.
Here's the 0-2. Here it is. Oh no! Marvin Hudson cost him an immaculate inning.
If this had happened in 2026, the pitcher or catcher could have just tapped their head, got the call reviewed, and Yoshinobu would have had his immaculate inning, which has only been done 118 times in MLB history. The Detroit Tigers got so sick of the umpire missing calls one time that they literally just decided to hit him with a pitch.
That one almost got away.
Oh, it got
They
it.
nailed it.
Obviously, they never admitted to it, but it's speculated they literally just told their catcher to not catch this ball. But coming up in this next season, none of these umpire issues featured in this video will ever happen again. Now, instead of yelling at the umpire, guys like Bryce Harper will just tap their helmet, challenging the strike call. If this removes giant arguments and ejections, personally, I'm gonna miss that. I always love seeing a good beef session between Angel Hernandez and an unsuspecting player. But what are your thoughts on the robot umps coming to baseball? Do you think it's a much needed addition? Or just like me, are you gonna miss some of the rage that you feel after witnessing a horrible call? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end screen. If you're seeing this and your name is Angel Hernandez, I'm relatively sorry. Also, if you like this video, you'll want to watch this one as well. It's about the biggest baseball cheating scandals in history. I hope you enjoy. Have a great day, everyone.